Do you know that by forbidding a cat to follow its natural instincts, we can seriously harm its mental health? Today, we will talk about what we absolutely must not forbid our furry friends if we want them to be happy and healthy. This topic is incredibly important for everyone who lives with a cat or is planning to get this amazing pet, because understanding feline nature is the key to harmonious relationships with your four-legged companion. Let's start with the most important thing. Never forbid a cat to sharpen its claws. This is not just a whim or desire to damage your furniture. When a cat scratches surfaces, it not only wears down dead layers of claws, but also leaves its pheromones through special glands located between the paw pads. This way it marks territory and feels safe. Instead of scolding your pet, offer an alternative. Set up several scratching posts of different types in your home. Some cats prefer vertical posts, others prefer horizontal surfaces or inclined boards. Experiments show that most cats choose scratching posts made of natural materials, especially sisal or untreated wood. Interestingly, many owners don't even suspect that a cat may refuse to use a scratching post simply because it stands in an unfortunate location. The second important point: never forbid a cat to hunt and play. Even if your pet never goes outside, the hunting instinct doesn't go away. Indoor cats deprived of the opportunity to hunt often suffer from stress, which can manifest in aggressive behavior or excessive grooming. Remember the case with my acquaintance who couldn't understand why his cat started pulling out fur on its belly? It turned out that after moving to a new apartment, he stopped playing active games with her that imitated hunting. Just 2 weeks of daily games with a teaser wand, and the problem disappeared. Interesting fact: in nature, cats make up to 100 hunting forays per day, even if they're not hungry. It's encoded in their DNA. The third item on our list: never forbid a cat to observe the surrounding world. Cats are natural observers, and depriving them of the opportunity to look out the window can lead to apathy and depression. Research shows that cats with access to a window with an interesting view spend up to 5 hours a day there. Create a cozy place on the windowsill for your pet or a special shelf with a view of the street. If the windows are located high, you can install a cat tree or shelving so the pet can climb higher. And did you know that there are special videos for cats with recordings of birds and small animals? Many owners note that their pets enjoy watching such cat movies on tablets or televisions. The fourth important point: do not forbid a cat to hide. Secret places are necessary for cats to feel safe. In the wild, felines always have several shelters where they can hide from danger or just rest alone. Domestic cats need such places no less. When guests come to your home and the cat hides under the bed, do not forcibly pull it out. This can cause severe stress. It's better to provide your pet with several cozy shelters in different parts of the house. These can be special houses, boxes with cutout holes, or even just chairs covered with a blanket. Interestingly, studies show that cats with access to shelters are much less likely to show signs of anxiety and aggression. The fifth point: never forbid a cat to mark territory. No, this doesn't mean allowing your pet to mark corners in the apartment, but it's important to understand that rubbing its face against objects and people is also a form of marking, only using special glands on the muzzle. When a cat rubs against your legs or furniture, it leaves its scent, creating a comfortable environment for itself. Don't push your pet away when it tries to rub against you. For the cat, this is a way of saying, "You are mine, I love you." But unpleasant urine marking is often a sign of stress or territorial conflicts. In such a case, you shouldn't punish the cat, but find and eliminate the cause of anxiety. There was a case when a cat started marking a sofa after a new pet appeared in the house. The solution was a gradual introduction of the animals and creating separate zones for each with personal bowls, beds, and litter boxes. The sixth important point: do not forbid a cat to climb high places. Vertical space for cats is no less important than horizontal space. In the wild, felines often climb trees to observe the surroundings and feel safe. Domestic cats also need access to elevations. If you don't want your pet to jump on cabinets or bookshelves, provide an alternative: a cat tree, wall shelves, or special ladders. Interestingly, in homes with tall structures for cats, pets are much less likely to exhibit destructive behavior. They feel protected, having the ability to observe what's happening from above. The seventh point: never forbid a cat to express its emotions. Meowing, purring, hissing, all these are ways of communication. Interestingly, adult cats in the wild hardly meow at each other. They use this sound specifically to communicate with humans. If your cat meows a lot, perhaps it's trying to tell you something. Of course, excessive vocalization can be a sign of health problems, especially in older cats. But in most cases, it's just a way to attract your attention or express emotions. Research shows that cats can produce more than 100 different sounds, each with its own meaning. Isn't it amazing that these creatures have developed a special language to communicate with us? The 8th point, do not forbid a cat to follow its natural daily routine. Cats are crepuscular predators, most active at dawn and dusk. If your pet arranges night races around the apartment, this is absolutely normal from the perspective of its biology. Instead of locking the cat in a separate room at night, try to adapt its schedule to yours. Arrange active games in the evening before bedtime so the pet can release energy. Feed the cat before you go to sleep. After eating, most cats prefer to rest. And remember that abrupt changes in routine can cause stress, so introduce all changes gradually. The 9th point, never forbid a cat to choose a comfortable temperature for itself. Cats are very sensitive to temperature conditions. Their comfortable temperature is about 25 degrees Celsius, which is higher than people usually prefer. So, don't be surprised if your pet constantly looks for warm places, lying on the radiator, computer, or crawling under the blanket. Provide the cat with access to sunny spots in the house and create several warm beds. In cold weather, you can use special heated mats or simply put a hot water bottle wrapped in a towel in the cat's bed. Interestingly, cats are able to sleep in the most incredible poses precisely to regulate body temperature, curling up in a ball to retain heat or stretching out full length to cool down. And finally, the 10th point, never forbid a cat to be a cat. Each pet has its unique character and habits. Some cats are sociable and affectionate. Others are independent and reserved. Instead of trying to change your pet's nature, learn to respect its individuality. I remember a story about a person who was disappointed that his cat didn't sit on his lap and didn't like being picked up. He constantly tried to train the pet to hug, which only made the situation worse. When he finally accepted his cat's character and began to interact with her on her terms, just being nearby and occasionally stroking when she approached herself, their relationship improved dramatically. To summarize, I want to emphasize, by forbidding a cat to exhibit natural behavior, we not only make it unhappy, but also risk facing problems, from property damage to serious behavioral disorders. It's much more effective to channel the pet's natural instincts in an acceptable direction by creating suitable conditions. And now a question for you. Which cat habits were the hardest for you to accept? And how did you find a compromise? Share your experience in the comments. Perhaps your story will help other cat owners. If the video was helpful, don't forget to like it. This helps develop the channel and create more quality content about our furry friends. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell to not miss new videos. And if you have cat-loving friends, be sure to share this video with them. They will surely find it interesting. Next time, we'll talk about another fascinating topic related to our four-legged companions. Believe me, it will be very interesting. In the meantime, remember, a happy cat is a cat that is allowed to be itself. Meow to you, and until next time.